Okay, so now it's time to preview Match Week 12 in the Premier League over at ProSoccerTalk on NBCSports.com. We'll have you covered with team news, previews, stream links, how to watch all these games across the USA. Big one coming up, lads, on Big NBC on Saturday at 12:30 Eastern. Manchester United against Manchester City. Small matter of the Manchester derby. United had City's number last year. They beat them twice. I think that kind of comes with the way they play, right? On the counter, soak up pressure. City perhaps weren't that clinical in those games. United hit them on the counter. I'm really looking forward to seeing how City's defense can cope with Cavani or Rashford, with Diaz. They've been much improved at the back. Nick, I know you've mentioned that. But this, to me, is maybe not going to be quite as close as last season in the Manchester derby. I think City have overtaken Man United again, and they will clearly be the favourites heading into this weekend, right, Nick?
Yeah, I have to think so. And I look to something you said in the last segment about Pogba, and maybe the way he needed to succeed and the way Bruno Fernandes is succeeding is what Pep Guardiola has done with Kevin De Bruyne at Man City. He has publicly said, I let him do his thing. And De Bruyne said, I like that he lets me do my thing. And you take a player you take a player of that creative skill and you just say, look, I do want you to get involved in the tackle and I do want you to be responsible, but just find your spaces. And it's something that very different players, but it's something that that Pep did with Lionel Messi and Messi has done for the next 10 years after that at Barcelona. You're our best player. You have some freedom here. Obviously, way different players. Messi's the best player of all time, but Pep knows how to give freedom, and maybe Ole has not quite learned that yet.
Yeah, Joe, I just want... Yeah, real quick. Nick and I have been talking off camera. We'd like a little more freedom to do our thing around PST as well. Yeah. So,
unfortunately, it's just not the way we work. We're a high press situation, 4-2-2-2. So sorry, lads.
It was worth a try.
Everton, Chelsea, Nick. On that point, what do you got on that? That's going to be a sneaky good game, right?
It is definitely going to be a sneaky good game. And we were all talking yesterday. We had a meeting that everybody wishes they could attend, where we talked about how. Carlo Ancelotti, when he was at Chelsea, he was the guy who put together a 100-goal season for Chelsea. He was very explosive with them. I think this has the capacity. As much as I said, Chelsea has defended really well. Richarlison is the type of player who can unlock things. James can unlock things. Calvert-Lewin has been absolutely clinical. We'd be talking about all three a lot more if the rest of the team at Everton was delivering the goods. So I think Everton's going to be fine this year. They weren't expected to really, really contend, but this is still a game on their schedule that is going to be having a lot of people judging them. And Carlo's going to want it going up against his old pal, Frank Lampard. I'm really excited for this game. I think it could be one of the matches of the weekend, if not the match, even with the Manchester Derby in play.
And Chelsea are flying, obviously Pulisic back scoring goals and so many attacking weapons there for the Blues. And they're better at the back. That's the big thing for them. So interesting game there at Goodison Park. And Andy, finish us off with Crystal Palace against Tottenham. Spurs, if they win again, they stay top. I mean, Mourinho just can't do any wrong right now, can he?
Not at the moment. I mean, eventually, maybe year 3 is when it'll all fall apart. It seems to be the way. But no, I think he is very content to grind these games out and keep clean sheets first and foremost with Son and Kane in the form that they're in. I think he trusts that on their own, they can go get them a goal or two in most games. But this is a pretty big one for Spurs because if you look at their upcoming schedule, Nick highlighted earlier, Liverpool's cushy festive period schedule, not the same for Spurs. Liverpool coming up next after Crystal Palace, Leicester at home, and Wolves away. It's a very tricky period when the games are weekend, midweek. So they absolutely have to have this one. And Crystal Palace, I'm very worried about them. They're 6th from bottom in expected goals for, 6th from bottom in expected goals against. They've not been good on either end of the field, and somehow they've gotten some results. I see a lot of regression coming from them over the next couple of months of the season, and they could just about fall into, I think, a relegation battle.
Yeah, Wilfried Zaha might bail them out, but I like that you challenge your inner Jose Mourinho there to make a lot of excuses for Tottenham in the coming weeks over the festive period. So Fulham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Burnley, Wolves, Villa, some other big games coming up this weekend. Can't wait to watch them along with you guys. So all that's left for me to say is thanks for joining us for Pro Soccer Talk, and we'll speak to you all very soon indeed. Cheers, lads.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe. Make sure you subscribe to watch highlights all season long and always join us every weekend at 7 a.m. on NBCSN for Premier League mornings. Plus, make sure you subscribe to Peacock Premium as well, where you can watch exclusively live 175 games and same-day on-demand replays of all 380 Premier League matches as well.